All right. Good evening.
Hey, good
Welcome
evening.
to my show from A to Zoe. I am your host, Zoe Robinson. And in front of me, we have.
Hey, everybody know me as Q. Some people know me as DJ Q-Suffix because I formerly DJ, former DJ. But I go by the name of Q Jackson, the director and editor and marketing of Texas Starlist
That's
Media
right.
and Marketing.
The Star List, the amazing resource for music news, entertainment around the world, and also for marketing and branding for all of you artists here in Texas and across the United States and internationally, because I do believe you work with a few international artists as well, right?
Yeah, very thankful.
Awesome.
Work with a lot
Awesome.
of people.
Okay. So tell me the story of Texas Star List.
First of all, shout out to you. Thank you for inviting me on this show. Congratulations to you,
Thank
being just a great person and, you a gem. I know a lot of people in this industry are, they always look up to like certain celebrities and certain stuff like that. But, somebody lucky they come across a person like you, real genuine, a real great human being that's going to, help you take your stuff to another level. You know what I'm saying? So
you.
just want to shout out you for that.
I appreciate
Early.
that.
Yeah. Welcome, man. Welcome to everybody. That's what we do. We here to help people expand. We work with artists, not only just artists. That's what I started off with.
Hmm.
Working with artists, but now we're working with small businesses, different companies, clothing lines, different apparels, helping companies brand. So
So, branding and marketing is the main goal of Texas Star List for all of their clients. Is that correct?
piece of it.
Okay.
It's like two companies, almost like a Coca-Cola and Sprite. Coca-Cola is the headquarter, and then Sprite got, they got all these different. So the Star
Hmm.
List is marketing and advertisement. Mostly our focus is entertainers and artists. And Texas Star List came about just on our journey of building media, on the process of working with so many people, and we started building media. So Texas Starlist is mostly the media side of it.
Hmm.
You know,
Okay. So, you have Texas Star List, you have the Star List podcast, you have TSL TV, you have a rep, DJ Bout It. And so that kind of makes you a media mogul. Let's talk about you as a media mogul, an up and coming media mogul, and what that means to the music industry.
I give just praise to the high above, and I feel
Hmm.
like everything that I am is built off the people. you know uh
Yeah.
so I don't take too much of credit, but I am thankful for all the clients and all the relationships that I done built over the years
Hmm.
by helping others.
Yeah.
So the importance of it is we is as starting from an entertainer. Let's say we started from a musician. our
Hmm.
spe- our specialty is seeing what that artist or that label need, where they at. Some of them don't have a story. Some of them don't even know what marketing is. They might have some music, but they don't know about like what to market. They hear the word. A lot of people hear the word like, oh, they kind of get marketing and promotion in the same thing, which it goes together. But
Goes
promotion
together.
is
Yeah.
like, we have a promotion team. We have a
Hmm.
promotion team that be in the street team, or gonna put up posters, or go be at different venues and campaigning. So that's the promotion. But
Hmm.
hands-on marketing, we get the story and get more familiar of each artist and each client, and help them package up what they selling,
Hmm.
beyond just the music, they life story, what they done been through, and they experience, and you know and package them up as a whole. So we do a lot. Other than that, we do events. which we like to call our events experiences, giving everybody experience, not just
Oh,
about,
they are definitely experiences.
yeah, yeah, giving experience. We like to be hands-on. Of course, we live in a time right now where we have the internet, social media, and that is
Mhm,
super grateful. That's a great advantage. But we still play the game of like back in the day, still street teaming, flyers, hands-on,
mhm,
uh 101, mixers, because we like to make sure the relationships is solid and solid for the artist as well. If we was just
mhm.
online and we didn't know nobody in the public, then we would just be, you know, saying what we can do, and we like everything to stick.
Yeah, yeah,
Even if we breaking a record, we feel like, a person ain't gonna remember nothing until they at least see it or hear it at least 7 times.
right,
So
right.
it's
We all know it takes at least 7 times for someone to touch something before they say yes, right? Before they accept or they start following, they have to see you. It has to be repetitious. So, how do artists get on your podcast? How do they get interviewed on your podcast?
artists. Well, as far as the interviews, we mostly
Mm-hmm.
been, well, it's levels to it.
Mm-hmm.
And we want to keep it, we want to keep it at, that's why it's the star list, that's why it's the Texas star list. But we also understand that, you know we create a path. We have different paths and different setups for the new artists and upcoming. So we work with artists at all different levels, but we have to, we separate it in, kind of put it, together, but we have it different platforms. So when you say like interviews, we have different, uh, I would say, outputs or levels of interviews. Like we
Mm-hmm.
an interview Megan Thee Stallion, Erica Banks, so all the, platinum gold artists,
Mm-hmm.
A-list, all the signed artists. We have them, on the main Texas Star List podcast, and then we have all the new artists on the Star List, on the Stars on the Way. So we pretty much work with them like a artist development at the same time, depending on where they at too. Because, you know, a lot of people want success real fast, but we done saw that happen plenty of times. So you want
And
somebody to be
and they fall off.
prepared.
Yeah, they
You
fall
want them
off.
to be
They're
prepared.
not prepared for the fame. They're not
Yeah,
prepared for the work that comes behind it as well. And I
yeah.
know your company for sure kind of pushes them along. So you brought up Erica Banks. I want to talk about Erica Banks because Erica was kind of discovered at one of your artist showcases when she was around 19 years old. And I was there when
Yeah.
she was at that showcase, and just her energy and how she rapped about herself, and her being the best in her industry, and her work ethic was just amazing. How did you capture that and help propel her to the fame that she has now?
Oh man, big ups to her. Like we say, we thankful for all the people that we be able to work with, even before anybody in the world know them.
Hmm.
But we don't, like to take just the credit. Oh, we responsible for this person making it
Right.
there. But how we play a part is, and shout out to Erica Banks for even rocking with us.
Oh
We
man,
you know we
she's
we we
amazing.
we so thankful that we put out this energy that we get over 100 submissions, man, like a week,
Hmm.
of artists all over the United States that want to work with us. Majority of people outside of Texas, because everybody want their music and everybody want their brand in the state. So as we was in Dallas, we was doing experiences with growing our party side of the crew, throwing parties as well,
Hmm.
throwing ladies nights, R&B events, as well as artists. And Erica Banks, uh, man, she hit us up and jumped on the board, and man, came out there. It was a night show. It was our first time us meeting. You was there. Big ups to
Yep.
you. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And it was amazing. That's the best out of this whole journey of experience in this business, is being able to see something or a product or somebody that nobody too much know, and
Mm-hmm.
then be a part of that process of getting them, expanding them as far as media, or expanding them to more DJs throughout the city.
Mm-hmm.
uh that really helped. A lot of we work with thousands of DJs and a lot of other media companies. So when
Yeah.
you rock with us or come to our event, it's gonna be cameras everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And we've been seeing that happen over and over again, and that's the blessing for us all, to be able to come together and everybody play a position. And man, we got a track, we got a list of people that we've been working with years plus, that, man, everybody on gold and platinum status now.
Right,
So
right.
to
So I want to talk about that because you, Texas Star List, and you have covered everyone from like Big Tuck to Trap Boy Freddy, who were rising stars, and now people are looking at Big Tuck for like he needs to get a Grammy. So what is your philosophy on who deserves coverage, and how do you balance supporting underground artists and still covering mainstream artists?
Okay, yeah, great question. Well, basically, all of this started from me being a DJ. I started
Mm-hmm.
off a mixtape DJ,
Mm-hmm.
and I became Huey DJ, pop, lock, and drop it.
Oh, we're
Uh,
going to talk about Huey in a little
yep.
bit.
You know what I'm saying? RIP to the legend, the young
Yeah.
legend. But uh, so everything, what we do, it came from on the music side, because we have the business and the music. So speaking of, as far as like artists, it came from the passion of wanting to break and expand more artists, and understanding like some artists might get one single and then the label might not believe in that artist again. So over
Mm-hmm.
the years, we studied like, okay, why is some artists be one hit wonders, or stuff like that? Well, sometimes they don't have a team, or they don't have that uh program for them. And a lot of people on the outside might not know, but once you sign, you gotta keep coming back to back with the platinum hits. If your stock go down, they might be like, well, but if you built relationships through the years, and you dealing with other marketing companies and promoters, people can still keep your brand and your music going, and keep some
Mm-hmm.
money in your pocket. And that's the most important piece of why we even exist in this
Yeah.
industry, and what a lot of people, because marketing and advertisement, it costs. And
Ooh, man,
so
does it
much
cost?
uh it's so much content, it's so much music that's come out daily. So it's like, even if you it's like, I've been in this business so long, even if you have a lot of money, you can come in with $1 million and still fail. So
Yes.
for the people that think that they money is everything, okay, try it. If you're going to learn, and we get better with learning. Everybody supposed to
Mm-hmm.
learn,
Mm-hmm.
but man, you can go 100,000, 200,000, and damn near spend a whole $1 million before you even make something happen. But
Right.
you learn what companies to deal with, what makes sense at certain time. We help people with media advertisements and radio ads. But of course, a lot of people want to go straight to FM radio with a
Mm-hmm.
record real fast, and skip over
Right.
streets and stuff like that. So
Streets, college radio is a
yeah,
very important part to building your
yeah,
brand as well as an
yeah,
independent artist.
yeah.
I
So
don't know why more people don't take advantage of that.
so answer that question is like, everything started with passion first back
Mm-hmm.
then. So when we start operating through the brand, and being able to be out there in Dallas and Houston. Speaking of Trap Boy Freddy, I want to just speak up on that, and him.
Mm-hmm.
At a lot of artists independent, like when we first met him, of he reminded me of like Master P and them. I have to put him in a young,
Yeah.
uh putting out videos every week, uh, pulling up at different events. A lot of people out there rap. A lot of people out there say what they do or whatever. But when
Mm-hmm.
you seeing somebody putting that much work, he really put the work into being an artist, in the promotion and everything. So I really wanted to just, Man, shout out to Trap Boy Freddy and everybody out there in Dallas too.
For
You know,
real.
uh seeing these guys being at that age without a record label. That is man, everybody out here trying to figure it out, but you
Hmm.
still gotta have a work ethic and consistency, and you can't be scared to spend where you need to spend it at.
Right, right. So we're talking about releasing records and using platforms like college radio, but so you're a DJ originally, DJ Q-Suffix. So how did you being a DJ and your experiences DJing prepare you to approach covering music and entertainment? And how important to you is it that artists also connect to DJs to get their music spread around the world?
Well, starting off the music, I came up in a music background. Great uncle
Hmm.
Luther Ingram sing the song "If Loving You Is Wrong, I Don't Want to Be Right."
Hmm.
So being around that family side, uh, I've been around music just all my life. But learning the business side was my aunts and them telling me even back when I was in high school rapping. They like, hey, if you don't make it rapping, my mom like, if you don't make it rapping, how you go pay your bills? How you gonna make some money? So my aunt started breaking down, well, if you made music, these how many points you get off of this. If you did, I had people start explaining different positions, and I really love music. Like I can't,
Hmm.
I was like, man, it's like the NBA. I ain't make it to the NBA. I played high school basketball, by the way, but my mom moved and stuff like that, trying to go to a new school. I was like, man, and start all over. I was like, well, I got to pick up something else. But my
Hmm.
plans was to go to the NBA, at least college. And freshman year, I came off the bench playing varsity ball. So that's how dope I was. So I would have went to college though. But speaking up on that, I just took this music industry and the entertainment very serious. And right when I got out of high school, I started learning the business side of it. Like,
Hmm.
how do artists become popular?
Hmm.
What makes this artist or this brand? I was fascinated by No Limit. Uh, what was that? Rockefeller, Dame
Hmm.
Dash, Master P,
Yep.
all that branding, all them clothing lines, Shine John, all that type of branding that
Hmm.
that I caught attention, that caught my attention at a young age, and when I started promoting artists, I started doing parties and started giving people opportunity that was in the streets that but wasn't on the radio.
So you were DJing parties and giving people opportunities.
Yeah, so I started off throwing my own parties. I go rent out a
Nice.
venue for a couple $100 and throw the party myself. My main thing, shout out to all my DJs. I got 1,000 DJ homies, but I did come in this DJ game a little bit different than your average DJ. I was a
Hmm.
mixtape promotion DJ. Like even in high school, I used to look at soda bottles and see like, why do people go in the store and buy this bottle versus this bottle? So I
Hmm.
took that mentality and just put it into music, and I wanted to really prove myself uh, that I can make some people like get people attention off a new artist, and I did. I became like one of the biggest mixtape DJs out the Midwest, and did mixtapes with some major people, Ti and them group. I end up working with DJ Drama, one of the biggest mixtape DJs in the music industry, and a music mogul himself right now as a
Hmm.
CEO. So that was a great feeling to be able to have that thought, get into the mixtape game, and then do it at a high level. So
Mixtapes are huge
yeah,
with indie
and
artists.
I got a chance to see like the promoting put out so many tapes. I do a mixtape,
Hmm.
and man, I was putting out 2,000, and I give away 2,000 copies, like thousands of copies away, and it really played a big impact in breaking new artists without radio. So
So how important do you think it is for artists to get on mixtapes nowadays?
everything is important. I wouldn't count nothing out, but I wouldn't if we live it just everybody got their own. That's a great question, and we are
Hmm.
very patient. We don't we it's a lot of companies out there, and we get to that too, man. There's a lot of companies out there, a lot of artists, and managers and labels we talk to, a lot, of course, people say, "Hey, man, these people said they can do this, and they
Mm-hmm.
can't do that." So, man, we take pride and thankful that we don't have no bad rep. We go 1,000% above what any of our clients pay, but
Yeah.
we're not pushy on what an artist should do. We really
Mm-hmm.
take the time out on like where they at. Where do you want to be? Everybody is different. Every artist is different. Every label is different. So on that question, everything is important, but just staying consistent and building your finding your real fan base is more important. I'm gonna
Yeah.
give free gem on this one because a lot of people be listening and people need routes and things that they can take to help their lives. If you're an
Mm-hmm.
entertainer, just don't depend on social media. Build you a website and build you some subscribers, because
Yes.
your
Oh.
subscribers are going to be very important for you to be able to make sales and turn your music and your fan base over into real revenue. If you got
Mm-hmm.
50,000 or 100,000 followers on social media and you got new music or you want to sell a shirt, you don't even know out of all them people who will buy from you.
Right.
Some of them, let's just be realistic. Some of them numbers are robots. We don't know. So when
Mm-hmm.
you have a website like we do, and I've been having a website for years, like people can, if somebody go to your website and subscribe, they email, they name, they number, they really took the time to go to your store, to your house, and share their information and leave their information for you. So when you drop your new single, a new t-shirt, you doing a new event or anything like that, now you got your own database of 50,000 people that you can send out to directly and see who opened it up on Instagram or social media. When you post something, if you don't know by now, all of your followers can't even see it unless they all going to your page every day. You
Mm-hmm.
know, it's so much content on there, and then even if they do see it, I might give another free gem. Y'all go quit falling in love with these likes and views. They don't pay the bills. It's beyond that. You know what I'm saying? I break down to like, of course, it looks good. Of course, people liking our stuff is, yeah, boom, got 10 likes. But man, if it's people that I talk to, hey, I got 100,000 views on this video, 100,000 with this, and then I talk to some people and they might not even have that many views, but they getting $1,500 a show, $2,500 a show because they got 200 people that go spend $10 to $20 to go see them in real life. So make sure y'all, when y'all going out in public, y'all really building with real humans, real people that you can build conversations with and
Yep.
build relationships with,
Yep.
and that'll support you. And for a prime example, Miss Zoe done been plenty of our events, and we love you for that. But
Mm-hmm.
that wouldn't have happened just online. We
Right.
know each other. I know your husband.
Mm-hmm.
We done had breakfast, lunch. So just think about, if you are entertaining and you doing that throughout the years, and you building a team, and then your team doing that. There you go.
Right. Right. Building a team. I cannot stress to enough artists about building a team, even if you have a team of two people to start out. That is still a team. You need to make sure that you're getting out and networking. You need to talk to these industry professionals. You need to talk to people who have been in the game. I've been doing this since 2009. Um, you've been doing this a lot longer than I have. So it's really important for people to reach out to those of us who've been in the game, and we can offer help and guidance for free at a networking event. You see me out at a concert or something, and you want to pull me aside and say, "Hey, so I want to talk to you real quick." I'm 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna be like, "Hell yeah, let's go talk." it's those opportunities that you miss when you don't get out and you just focus on your social media pages. I really appreciate that. Um,
Outside will change your life.
yes, getting
Believe me.
outside.
Believe
Yes.
me.
And also monetizing your opportunities. I'm tired of you guys going out here and performing at these venues for free and not getting paid for what you're doing. Make sure that you, if you're going to have an entourage, your entourage needs to pay to come in if they're going to see you perform at these venues. Um, because why are you going to bring people with you if they're not supporting you? And financial support, 9 times out of 10, that's what you need, financial support. That's why you're a music artist. Of course, you have a passion, but you need to bring that passion into profit.
Most definitely.
So,
Most definitely.
um,
I know what it be, even just on that subject, if y'all are artists
mm-hmm,
right now and y'all watching, man, you have to put your homies, people gotta play a position. If you can take 10 people to the club, even five is a lot. Five is a good number. If you can take five people around you every time you move around, man, somebody gotta be a cameraman. Somebody
yep,
gotta
yep,
pass out flyers when y'all leave the club or go hit up the cars and stuff like that. You know, it's it's we living in a time where it seemed like millions of people want the success so fast where they trying to figure out so many ways when you really can stick back to the basics when you
mm-hmm,
when you come down to promoting and branding. But it's just, man, you'd be surprised everybody want it so instant. But
mm-hmm,
even with ourselves, we do so much. Us as a company, we have to market it and brand. So, man, we in different cities, man, weekly. We still doing flyers with all the artists on them. We still have street team and posters, and it just don't stop, you know. Even from the digital, we still do the digital ads,
mm-hmm,
but we still hands on because that's how y'all can hit up the barbershops, the beauty salons, and you'll be surprised. I don't we don't went to certain cities. I mean, I've been, like I say, I started off as a mixtape DJ, so I had to start from the bottom, the streets,
right.
and I start, at the flea market and everything. And man, I'm telling y'all, it's a beautiful thing when y'all start going places and then people say, "Oh yeah, I really saw that. Or I remember seeing that." And I'm telling you, they gonna see it, remember it faster or more on a flyer compared to one time on Instagram or social media. So
Mm-hmm.
it's on y'all. You gotta get y'all websites, build them subscribers, y'all.
Okay, so we're gonna talk about the websites here real quick because um, right now I'm building a website for my public relations. Right now, the only thing I have is social media and YouTube, but also I have a business social media page that I use strictly to divert people to whenever they want to check out where what venues I'm going to be at, what concerts I'm going to be at, who I'm collaborating with, any interviews that I have coming up, or any opportunities for interviews that I have coming up for artists. Also with my contracts, representing and supporting music artists in a consultation mode and also business mode. So I know Texas Starlets does the same thing. So, what is the biggest challenge for the Star List to maintain those types of relationships with artists while helping them build their brand as well? And do you support artists and build websites for them?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
Yep. It, it haven't been only challenge is comes is just really, it's not really a challenge, but just like I say, we don't try to sell nobody nothing,
Mm-hmm.
because it don't make sense to, just like it goes back to man, we work with so many people from the bottom, you know, putting them on mixtapes, when you can plant the seed and then keep watering it and growing it and see it grow,
Mm-hmm.
it's just more real when it's just real compared to 2 years later we stuck on talking about social media views compared to, hey, can I take you to Austin or Houston or Dallas and can we sell some tickets? You
Mm-hmm.
know, so the whole thing is just taking step by step, and
Yeah.
you know let a lot of people don't want to take step by step. I keep saying that because
It's true though.
you know
They
it's
want
like,
to
man, as soon as
move
this
at light
video
speed
drop,
when
they
they
need
got
a
to move
million
on the
views
dirt.
on it.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like, you know
Yeah. As soon as the video drops, as soon as their album drops, they're like, okay,
yeah,
what's the next project? And we're like, hold up, wait a minute. You
yeah,
haven't even focused on marketing this current project. What are you doing? Why aren't you going around and performing the songs on this album at venues and get some buzz created for
yeah.
it?
You know what I
So
did? I
go ahead.
I used to like I used to go to the country towns and
Mm-hmm.
promote myself, and you'll be amazed by like the country town don't get that much as cities, you know,
Yeah.
and that's
Yeah.
how I, built up my DJ name real fast in different other areas. And it's a lot of colleges in those towns, so just gave y'all a lot of,
Okay. So I have a question for you. What is your pitch to independent artists and small businesses
Mhm.
on why they should work with Texas Starlist versus any other platform?
Great question. Man, I'm thankful and blessed that doing this process, people come to us.
Mm-hmm.
It's been an amazing journey, and even with people on our staff, like our DJs, we have reps, and we have clients other than artists, like jewelers, uh, clothing lines, different retail stores that we put
Mm-hmm.
commercials together and help expand their business throughout the state of Texas. All of our clients is not from Texas. Maybe out of 100%, maybe 20 to 30. We deal with people from all over the United States. You'd be surprised. We got so
Mm-hmm.
many people in Florida, and man, we are super grateful that they take their time to do the research, and by the time they talk to us, they like, man, we want to be a part of what y'all have going on, and you know, just grateful. We just
So
gonna keep doing
what is
right.
what is the special thing that Texas Starlist has
I,
that they're
I
looking
believe
at?
I believe our biggest, just to even to let it know, it's not even like it's super special, but
Mm-hmm.
our biggest, most power is being in Texas. Being in the second largest state in America. That has to be, because I always promote. We had, well, before I got with the Texas Star List, as the team and the staff, I've been promoting artists on this level before,
Mm-hmm.
you know, but I feel like it's at a different level because Texas is one of the, not only as it's the second largest state in America, you don't have to be signed with like a Def Jam or a major label for people to rock with you. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
that's a blessing. You got people, you can have a clothing line. You don't have to be famous, man. If it looks good and you out here and you really working and you sing, man, people gonna buy it. Of course, they got a big Hispanic culture out here.
Mm-hmm.
It's very diverse. So that. But I believe our main thing is us being in Texas and then how we set up. A lot of people probably thought that we have so many different departments where they probably can compare this to some bloggers where your bloggers don't know 1,000 plus DJs.
Right.
Your bloggers not, you know, they DJ is not in like five different clubs a night playing new music and stuff like that. So our setup is different as well, and as well as we have the media side. So,
Mm-hmm.
you know, uh, I appreciate everybody just seeing the work. That's all we focus on. We don't focus on. It's crazy. I know this might sound crazy as far as a business format, but we pretty much took like it's still parts of this department that's being created for the people. Like we have a new app and a new radio station.
Mm-hmm.
So our main thing is making sure we able to control uh, our power to help others instead
Right.
of us just being big, and then all these corporate companies come in and now you can't even we can't help you. We only dealing with Coca-Cola and stuff like that. So it's not
Yeah.
for the people no more. So, we thankful that we're not in a financial rush to forget about the people. Everything was built based off how we can service and help somebody else
Mm-hmm.
career, expand their music or they brand. And
Mm-hmm.
man, we've been thankful that we've been doing that and have a track record of great feedback of a lot of people. So man, we got Texas Starless Weekend 2026 coming soon. You
Oh,
know what I'm
when is
saying?
that
So we're
coming
gonna have,
up?
man, coming very soon. Next year, about probably like the end of the summer. It's gonna be a great
Okay.
event that everybody go come to from all over United States. And you know, it's gonna be very
Okay.
beneficial. Very
Well,
beneficial.
I'll be there.
Yeah, very
I'll
beneficial.
be there.
Yeah. So
So we're speaking about music content. How does Texas Starlist help these artists s- keep control of their content?
by educating them, and that's the first thing we put them on,
Mm-hmm.
how to, if they don't know how to drop certain content, we teach them about that. A lot of people don't know how to, they just drop music and don't have no storyline, and that
Mm-hmm.
makes a difference.
Yeah.
It makes a difference. For a good example, if y'all artists or any artists looking at like, oh man, a storyline, man, 50 Cent storyline made him super big. Of course, he had a hit record, but his situation of him being hit up a couple times,
Mm-hmm.
it expanded, you know, and he stuck to that. If you
Yeah.
what on let's name a whole bunch of people, but some people take they struggle where when they was homeless or anything like that, and that might be like a part of their storyline where they done made it
Mm-hmm.
through, and man, you'd be surprised on like what that does. So for every company, need a storyline.
It makes them relatable. It makes it so people can empathize with their situation that they were rapping about or they're singing about. I know for sure that there's a few artists that I follow just because of the music that they're putting out and the message in their music. It's something that I can relate to. So I can definitely appreciate that. Um, so I want to pivot and talk about DJ Q-Suffix because you had put out some music, right? And then how did you and Huey's relationship start? How did you get to managing Huey?
Big ups to Miss Angela Richardson, which is his
Yes,
like,
big
you
upstand.
know, it's like his aunt is his
Mm-hmm.
aunt, and his manager. She the one that did it all for Huey.
Mm-hmm.
She even a writer of Pop Lock and Drop It. She wrote the record, and her daughters did the hook. Pop Lock and Drop It. Angela Richardson, St. Louis, Missouri. You know what I'm saying? And so she discovered, and that was her situation. I was
Mm-hmm.
doing mixtapes, man. It was at a time I was just consistent with my projects, and
Mm-hmm.
uh Huey and Nelly had maybe like a disagreement, and it was on the radio that they had a disagreement, like, oh, Huey such and such. So how the rap thing
Mm-hmm.
is, and man, I instantly, that's my thing. Okay, let's go to work. So I did a Huey versus Nelly mixtape, and I had Huey on one side, Nelly on one the other as the cover, and I
Mm-hmm.
printed them up. I was already at the flea markets doing mixtapes, and the mixtape blew up so much where I heard them talking about it on the radio. Man, I was working at some job years ago that I was really tired of it. It was not only just tired, I was just hurting my back. And
Mm-hmm.
the day I walked off the job, I went to the mall, got some shirts printed up, and man, God put Angela Richardson right there in my face.
Oh
You know what I'm
wow.
saying? And she was like, you know how you drop off, you about to get some shirts printed up, and they say, hey, come back in like 35 or 30 minutes to an hour or something like that. So
Mm-hmm.
I come back to get the Huey versus Nelly shirts to print it up because I had a street team. I go hard with projects. So she was like, yeah, I'm Huey manager right there as I was picking up the shirts. And that day, my life changed. This lady instantly invited me to their video shoot. Went to their video shoot, had a talk with them. She wanted to bring me on board as Huey promoter and DJ. And
Mm-hmm.
next thing you know, I went from flying on flights and yeah, life changed. Just like
Wow.
so, hey, appreciate Angela Richardson, boss lady. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? And you know, I know some people, everybody had different stories, but I'm very thankful of that opportunity because that's when it went from, you know, I've been in the game a bit before Huey on a high level as far as independent and doing projects, but getting with Huey taught me the industry and the big budgets. And man, that's all I needed is to see where the money go, who get paid, who do what. And
Mm-hmm.
man, that was like my college degree. That was my master's right there.
She she is such a wealth of knowledge. And I really appreciate her for meeting you because then I met you.
Yeah,
We met here in Texas.
in Texas
Actually, was I in Texas? No, I think I was still in St. Louis.
during that time.
When yeah, when you had already moved to Texas, and then we had Kasan and the Bad Mash come down for South by Southwest weekend, and I think you saw his how exactly did we meet? I think you saw his information online, and something happened where you and I connected, and you were like, "Yeah, they need to come down to South by Southwest weekend." I was like, "Oh, that's dope. Of course we need to," because he was playing at Del Mar Loop at the time, and we had just had a concert in the Duck Room. And a lot of people don't know about the Duck Room. Please look it up. It's an amazing venue. It's in the basement of this restaurant. It's awesome. And then of course we have Del Mar Loop is like the whole entertainment district in St. Louis, which there's an amazing gentleman. I have a picture somewhere that I took a picture of him with
Yeah.
him. But he like we were doing back to back shows, and then just Kasan just kind of blew up in St. Louis, and he's the first person in group with the Bad Mash that I started doing public relations with.
Okay.
So shout out to them.
Yeah, shout out to them. That's a cold band.
Boykin,
Man, very
amazing,
cold.
yes,
Very
amazing
talented.
artist. He's got
Yes.
mixtapes out. He's got his song Superman, which is really huge. I
Timeless.
still listen to that
Timeless.
song.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Timeless record, man. Keep doing
Very
your music.
timeless.
Keep doing your thing.
Right. Pop, Lock, and Drop It is timeless as well because I still listen to that. You know, that's on
Oh
my
yeah.
cleaning playlist.
Yeah.
I be pop locking it, but if I drop it, I'm not going to be able to pick it back up.
Yeah, that record still come on, man.
Yes,
Um,
yes. So,
Make sure y'all go stream that, add that to y'all playlist.
you
And
need to.
make sure y'all go run that up on TikTok. I need to bring that back.
For
Pop lock and
real.
drop it. Run my homie up.
So Huey's loss with his tragic murder in 2020. It was just a huge loss to hip hop and St. Louis especially. Um, of course, you document music culture with all of the indie artists and the hit record makers that you're associated with. What was the loss to you like, and how did it catapult you into your own business?
Man, uh, so if the music industry, when you're a kid, that's a dream to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
When Huey got on, I believe he was like 17 or 18. I know it was times that we was in Vegas. It was spots that he couldn't even get in because he wasn't even 21. So that's how
Yeah.
young he was
Yeah.
before that incident. And I just remember on the planes, just thinking of like them days of just being a kid and dreaming of it, and then being able to be on a plane with my homie and go hit the stage and go to
Mm-hmm.
like all these radio stations and hotels and eat. It was just like life different. Think about coming from like the hood environment to hopping on a plane 4 or 5 times a day. I mean, 5 times a week. Getting money. So that's a kid's dream, and then still to be that young. You know,
Mm-hmm.
uh, Huey was probably like at that time 7, 18. I maybe was like 24, 23, 24. So,
Mm-hmm.
but go from then to that happening, uh, man, all I can think of is just wishing that you know I wish I had a more different impact, or he wasn't just in that situation of just hanging, because
Yeah.
that bullet wasn't even for Huey. If
Yeah.
it was a he wasn't supposed to. So as far as that incident, to share this while we even speaking up on it. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like we lost two people at the same time. Years ago, it was a young kid by the name of Silas the Kid, but
Mm-hmm.
he go by Mitch 3600. Everybody in St. Louis know him if y'all YouTube him. He was just blowing up. Got songs with Lil Boosie, DJ
Mm-hmm.
Drama,
Mm-hmm.
Young Jeezy, and everything. And back when Silas was like 15, maybe 16 years old, he was going on a road with Huey, and he ended up passing like a year after Huey. So, in my eyes, it was like, damn, man, that one crushed me. You know,
Yeah.
that one crushed me just because we was young, and I got a chance to see Mitch. Mitch didn't get a record deal, but he was able to reach that level and eventually becoming, successful
Mm-hmm.
without a record deal.
Yeah.
Man, shout
How
out to
did
Kenlock. I got to shout out to Kenlock, man.
that?
Shout out to St.
Yep.
Louis neighborhood, man. Shout out to everybody, and man, keeping everybody things, live. You know,
So
that's what it.
how did that incident kind of push you with Texas Star? Did it have any impact on you at all with the star list?
Nah, it didn't. Actually, uh, I got so much content with Huey. We
Mm-hmm.
we finna drop a film. So in probably like next 30 days, 60 days, we
Nice.
dropping the first documentary, and we finna put it out in episodes. So we're not gonna give it out all at once, but it's finna show
Mm-hmm.
like
Mm-hmm.
uh all the people that we worked with before the whole world knew. Yellow Beezy, Trap Boy Freddy, Erica Banks, DJ EXO.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna show y'all, what we was doing in the studio at these meet and greets, at these shows, introducing these artists to other DJs and fans and new fans, all in other cities before they even was
Mm-hmm.
on radio. And so Huey's situation, we're gonna add him in there, man. We can't forget about, because that's how all of
Absolutely
this,
not.
that's how a lot of this side of the business started,
Yeah.
expanded during those moments.
So thank you. I am glad that you have a documentary coming out. I'm glad you brought that up. I will be looking forward to watching that for sure. So where is that streaming? Can people purchase it off the Texas Starlist website? How can we get in touch with
Right?
this documentary?
I'm gonna have to be a subscriber, and we finna give it out to the world. Y'all gotta be a subscriber. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You're not gonna be able to watch it unless you're a subscriber.
So you got to subscribe to the Texas Starlist.
Yeah, yeah. And I believe the first episode is gonna be uh Yellow Bees and how we met. I met Yellow Bees the day before my birthday.
Mm-hmm.
And man, you know, it's 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 amazing. It's gonna be some content and some stories that nobody in the world ever saw or know of. You know what I mean?
That's good.
It's
That's
great,
awesome.
enlightening. All
Um,
positive though. All positive
oh,
media.
absolutely,
We
wholeheartedly.
don't do no negative media, man.
No, no. Mm-mm. We need to uplift. We need to uplift our artists and musicians and our business owners for
Yeah.
sure.
We out in
So
Houston this weekend with Carl 1501, the
that's what I was
founder
going to
of
ask you. Where
Megan
are
Thee
you going to be
Stallion.
at?
So we're gonna be in
Yes,
Houston this weekend. Then after this weekend, we're gonna be in Dallas with we got
Dallas.
something going on with Lil Flip, So man, we every week, every day we moving around, and
Okay.
we thankful. Like I say, we don't
Mhm.
we it's different sides of the business and the brand. And
Mhm.
I know it sounds crazy. A lot of people are like, most companies and most businesses are built off of just sales, sales, sales. But man, we put in so much work, and we let our work
Relationships.
speaks
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
itself.
Yeah.
And man, we growing to be one of the most powerful companies in media that's gonna be able to help
Mhm.
other individuals if y'all ain't got $1 million budget. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's about for the people. And
Yeah.
and just to share this with y'all, just when people say what's marketing, advertisement, like the thing is the why people work with us because if you go to the radio station and you want to promote your event or you got something going on, man, radio commercials might run you depending on what time of the day. You might be spending a couple hundred, couple
Few
thousands a
few
week,
thousands a week.
you know,
Mhm.
and instead of you spending, let's just say for as you promoting a club where you might only spend a small budget of 2,500 per week, and that's considered a small budget, where that's still 10,000 plus a month, where we can help expand you and cover so many other people at a less cost,
Mhm.
and across the state, so just to add that in there, that's we got some strength over here, you know.
You sure do. I really appreciate Texas Starlist. And
Yeah. Shout
you
out to
all,
all our DJs too.
I have been interviewed on Texas Starlist. So I'm just putting that out there.
Yeah.
And you can go listen to the episode if you're a subscriber on Texas Starlist. Please go check it out.
Make sure I go to the website. Y'all can go to Texas Star List or thestarlist.com.
Perfect. Wonderful. Okay, I have two more questions for you. Um, who has been your most memorable interview and what made it stand out?
Uh, it had to be Bun B after Pimp C passed. That was
Oh,
probably like my first interview. And
yeah.
shout out to Angela Richardson again. I wasn't even doing interviews. It was just her idea to be like, she said, "You want to be the biggest? Well, you're gonna have to do more than just being a mixtape DJ. You're gonna have to do this and that." And she put me on game. And man, I interviewed Bun B, and that was like, man, what I'm gonna say? You know what I'm saying? So I
Hmm.
just gave him, I saluted him on so much of his accomplishments and what he brought to hip hop. And just thankful that he was able to take that interview during that moment after that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is an amazing man.
Interviewed a couple people, Yo Gotti, Tiana Taylor,
Oh,
some some
well,
some legends.
okay, so let me ask you the energy around Tiana. Is it kind of like, I mean, she's so freaking beautiful and she's
Yeah.
like so sensual. Do you feel that energy when you're around her?
When I interviewed her, it was in her younger days, so she was turned up,
Okay, she was
long hair.
clubbing
She
it
was
up.
on stage dancing. But
Mm-hmm.
you could tell she was a star though. Like if I will say that if you in her presence,
Oh,
you know
she definitely has.
she's a superstar
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah,
So you
she
know,
has
big up
that
to her.
energy. Now you see her and I mean, she's such a woman,
That's
just
amazing. Yeah,
gorgeous
yeah,
and
yeah,
extremely intelligent and so funny. Oh my
yeah,
goodness.
yeah.
I have seen her TikTok
She
lately
had
and
baggy jeans when I met her, and
yeah,
probably some
well,
overalls and
she got baggy jeans now, but they're designer and they
yeah,
look fantastic on her.
yeah, yeah.
She's
No,
amazing.
yeah, amazing,
All right,
amazing.
one last question. What do you do for fun? Because
What
I
I
know
do?
you are always so doggone serious.
Yeah, I know, right? That's
What
why
does
I'm
you
blessed
like to
with
do for
kids,
fun?
because man, my little ones done gave me new. Man, I'm
They are
playing.
amazing
Man,
too.
I don't understand how they learn so much so fast and
Yeah.
be talking so fast. Like from the ABCs to the numbers to my son want to shoot 100 times. So he into shooting. He got a basketball. He got 4 hoops that he got the double goal, and then he got 2 individual basketball hoops.
Oh
So
my
and
goodness.
then he love to dance and he love to sing.
Mm-hmm.
And my daughter, she like my extra. She's the person I dreamed of having. Like if I get in the car, Daddy, you got your seatbelt on. Daddy, you say your
Oh.
prayers. Like so, she the extra checker,
Yeah.
and
She
it's amazing. It's amazing to
she wants to
have. You
make
know,
sure she keeps her daddy safe.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
amazing.
that's a
So
daddy's girl
to
for you. I used to do the same thing with my dad, so I'm right
Yeah,
there with her.
yeah, and
Yes.
you know, just even saying that I do so much. I love still going out. We go to water parks and stuff like that. But
Mm-hmm.
I did a lot of stuff fast at a young age as far as traveling and stuff like that. So
Mm-hmm.
you know, it's still things on my bucket list, but I take the time to value the small things and you know, the small things be bigger things. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, I love spending time with my grandkids too. We get on video chat when because they're in Missouri, so
They the
get on video chat
CEOs.
and talk to them all the time. Oh,
The kids, the future.
for real. And they're just so incredible. And I love them so much. But your children are absolutely adorable. I'm gonna ask you, okay, I lied. One more question. So how has being a dad kind of helped you grow up a little bit?
Naturally, uh, your
Has it made
thought
you slow
process.
down?
You know what, man?
Or do you want to do more to kind of
I feel younger for some reason.
mm-hmm.
I lost 30 pounds, probably
Yep.
even more. Like uh, so they got. I just you be more like watching. I guess all of that come from like, man, I want to be around for them. You know, so
Mm-hmm.
you be, you know.
Yep.
You watch certain things, but even before my kids came, I always left the club. If I ain't DJing, I'm leaving. I'm leaving at 1.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's just me speaking up on like I have to go out and handle business, but it's like I got to do some things that we have to do that we don't want to do.
Yeah.
You know, but things got to get done. But you know, we just move differently.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I hear you. Well, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. It's good to see you again. By the way, we need to meet up again because number one, we need to have like breakfast or lunch again. And number two, I need my book back, sir. Oh, look at
no
that.
scratches, no scratches. Look at it. So look when you loan something to me, I we're gonna get it back how you gave it. You're gonna receive it back, no scratches or nothing, you know.
You know,
Man,
I'm
that's
just
what
messing
great
with you,
friends do.
right?
So if y'all watching this, if you got a friend and y'all just talking and y'all ain't passing no books to each other, man, hey, that's probably why the growth ain't right, because y'all ain't passing the right messages. And that's what it be about, man. Building your circle and building around people that can help you grow.
Yeah.
And that's what we doing, man. Shout out to all the artists and all the business. If you got a business out there and you looking to brand your business in the state of Texas, Houston, Dallas, Austin, San Antonio, and have an authentic fan base, and be able to expand your brand, work with us. You gonna see us. Get at us.
Absolutely.
Before we had
So,
$1 million budgets, it's gonna
look,
cost.
right, it's going to cost, but please go follow, go subscribe to the Star List and texasstarlist.com. Please go check out all of the links that I'm going to put in the caption for Texas Starlist. They have Spotify lists. They do spin artist music on there all the time. Please go check them out. Thank
Yes.
you, Q, for your time. I really appreciate you. It's so good seeing you again.
Thank you. A to the Zoe. Hey, now y'all know.
All right, everybody.
All
Thank you for
right.
joining my show from A to Zoe. This is your host, Zoe Robinson. Everybody, have a good night.